Okay, document loading, almost complete. Will that be all, Jonathan?
I said 10 minutes. That's it? We're done? That is impressive. So in this video, I'm going to try writing a blog post in just 10 minutes using Jarvis AI. Hey Kevin, I need to get a blog post done quickly. It's about 6 copywriting tips for beginners.
Did you mean 5?
No, let's do 6. Everybody's been doing 5. Anyway, we're taking Jarvis out for a test run. So suit him up and let's go.
I'm afraid I don't have Mr. Stark's credentials to access.
No. I meant Jarvis AI, the hot new AI copywriting tool that everybody's been talking about. Let's try doing a test run with the free trial and try writing a blog post in just 10 minutes using Jarvis AI alone.
Got it, Johnny boy.
No, it's just Jonathan.
Okay.
I said 10 minutes. That's it? We're done? You did all of that with just the free trial with a link in the description below. So you might have heard of Jarvis AI. Well, you haven't? Okay, so who or what is Jarvis? Well, Jarvis is an AI copywriting tool that creates high quality content for you by using machine learning and artificial intelligence, which basically means it figures out things out on its own and it gets smarter as it creates more and more content for you. Now, I wanted to do something a little bit different today. So instead of me just talking about the product, what I'm trying to do is try writing a blog post in just 10 minutes using Jarvis AI. So I want you to keep in mind that Jarvis is an AI assistant. He can get up to 80% of the heavy lifting done, which is most of the work. The remaining 20% is what the human's supposed to be doing. In this case, me, which is getting some of that initial research done, what the blog post is going to be about. So you still need to be the subject matter expert. You have to have some kind of idea what you're talking about, what you're writing about. And of course, to still humanize the content a little bit. Not that Jarvis doesn't sound like a human. I mean, he could be easily mistaken for a human. Just like you. Now, just to give a little bit of context on the topic of the blog. Not that you really need to understand the topic to follow along. Basically, copywriting is the process of writing persuasive marketing and promotional materials. Words that motivate people to take some form of action, such as making a purchase, clicking on a link, scheduling a consultation. Me making sure that you hit the like button on this video because it's the video that you didn't even know you were waiting to see. And of course, subscribing and hitting the notification bell so that you don't miss any videos in the future like this one. So without further ado, let's set that timer of 10 minutes and get started. Look at how much templates. So let's just go straight to something that we plan on using, which is a template that can be found under blogs. So as we go into blogs, as you can see, there's a lot to choose from here as well. But I want to come up with the outline first, meaning the different points that we're going to choose from, the different copywriting tips. 6 copywriting tips for beginners. Can't even type. Right. So you see, anybody could do it, even if you can't type. We hit generate AI content. And what I did is I also created a blank Google Doc called 6 copywriting tips for beginners. So it generated 4 different outputs here, which means 4 different set of 6 tips. Keep it short and to the point. So what I'll do is take some points from each one of them and make up my 6 copywriting tips. So what do we want from here? Use action words such as buy or read this article. Keep it short and to the point. To take an action with as less words as possible, right? Know your, write in conversational tone. Don't use business jargon or complex sentences. I agree. So next one, include a strong call to action by the end of your copy, such as buy now. Seems like we're getting most of our tips in this first one. What else do we have? Add an element of urgency. Know who you're writing for and what they want before you start writing. This is also a good one. Maybe you might even need to click on the next one. Let's check out the next one. So what else do we have here? Write in the first person. Did we say that already? Provide proof of how others have succeeded with your product or service. That's also a great one. So let's take that one. We have 5 so far. Right, so let's see if we get the 6th one. Be specific about what you have to offer. Did we talk about that one already? I don't think that we did. Okay, cool. So you can see how useful the blog post outline tool was. Now we could have even choose additional outputs And when we hit the generate AI content button, instead of having 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 would have come out. So we have more options to choose from. And we're going to go back to the templates. And what I want to do next, I want to create a blog post introduction. Where's the introduction? Let's go to blogs, blog post, intro paragraph. Right, so we know it's 6 copywriting tips for beginners. And who is the audience here? Is it marketers? Moms, Bitcoin holders? This is just an example. So remember, the more specific that you have these things is the content is going to be a little bit more targeted. We can call it business owners. Not sure if that'll work, but I guess we could try. And we have other options. And what I always like to do is hit generate again. So we have more stuff to choose from. So we have 6 options for an intro paragraph here. Whether you're an entrepreneur, small business owner, or just someone who wants to improve their writing skills in general, this blog post has 6 tips on how to be a better copywriter. That sounds cool already. So similarly, like the blog post outline, I would take aspects from all of the different options to make up my intro paragraph. I like how that sounds. So we're going to run with that one. Let's see what else we can use. Make sure your words are clear and concise. Now you see here it goes straight into some of the tips, which we don't want. So let's see what else we have here. Business owners are constantly looking for ways to improve their marketing and sales. One way to do this is by writing more enticing copy that draws the reader in. Cool. I like that as well. Let's go with that. So I can throw this in here and we can edit this as well. Let's see what else we have here. As a business owner, you know the importance of having good copywriting skills. You cannot afford, after all, it's your words that will attract and engage potential customers. Actually, I think I like this one better. Let's see how that looks. Anything else? I like this. It's no secret that copywriting is a powerful tool. The right words in the right place can make or break your business, but it doesn't have to be difficult. I like that. So let's put that last thing we copied. So now we have the 6 points, we have the intro paragraph, we have the 6 points, and we can now look at another template. How do you pronounce this? The AIDA framework, AIDA framework? Let's call it AIDA. Let's call it the AIDA framework, just to be safe, which is use the oldest marketing framework in the world: attention, interest, desire, action. Okay. So what we're going to do here is plug each of these points inside of... Alright, so let's see what happens here. So you see, this one gets the point. If you want to be a successful copywriter, you need to keep it short and sweet. So let's check this one out. So we can actually, what am I doing here? I can just click copy right there. See, copy text to clipboard. I'm making a space here. This is that point. Now remember, this is the rough draft. We could edit and do all of those things after to make the article look great. But this is to get all of the right content in here. Okay? Keep it short and to the point. Tension, well, you don't want to take that out. So if you want to be a successful copywriter, you need to keep it short and sweet. I'm going to the next where we show the interest part of it. Now, you don't have time for long-winded explanations or flowery language, so we certainly don't. The best way to make sure people read what you write is by making it as easy as possible. Sign up for our newsletter today so we can send you some helpful tips on writing great copy every day. And we don't really want that one. I think there's enough information in here to complete this point, which is tip number 1, right? And what we're going to do is we're going to go straight here now. We're going to leave copywriting tips there. Just paste, we just typed it in right in conversational tone. Copywriting tip, which is to write in conversational tone. Let's generate some AI content. Okay, so this one we may need to take some points from each one of the outputs. I think this might be a nice one to start with. Do you want to learn how to write copy that sells? We certainly do. So we're going to take that. So let's check out the next one. So this one here, now we have conversational copywriting is an important skill. It's the best way to connect. You can take that there. Conversational tone is when your words sound like they're coming from a friend or someone who knows. All right. So we're taking that. And that's it for that one. Let's move on to the next. Include a strong call to action. So here we have some options to choose from. So here we have it already. The most important part of any piece of content is the call to action. It's what tells the reader what they should do next after reading your content. Good, so we want this. I'm gonna put this there. Please pay no attention to my editing skills. That's not what we're talking about today. The importance of knowing who you're writing for. Perfect. Do you know who your audience is? I like this one already. So, do you know who your audience is? Most certainly do not. Oh, no, I mean, we do. You need to know who your target market is before you can write copy. Perfect. I'm taking that as well. Provide proof of how others have succeeded. So we're going to call this one social proof in copywriting. I think that might be a simpler way of saying it. So let's go with that. Great. So do you know the importance of social proof in copywriting? I do not. Well, let's find out. Social proof is a psychological phenomenon. Oh, that's interesting. I want you to keep in mind that I am not an expert in this copywriting tool. So the way we're going about this, I really think a beginner could do this. I'm kind of figuring out some of these templates along the way and trying different things and seeing what works. Let's move on to the last one now. Be specific about your offer. You want to be specific about your offer. Well, that's exactly what we were just talking about. It's like, it's reading my mind. What else? The more specific your offer, the better chance of having a response from your potential customers. Well, that makes sense. Let's go back to the templates. Blog, where is it? Should be conclusion somewhere here. There it is. What are the main points or outline of your blog post? So let's just do that quickly. Write in conversational tone. Yeah, I was gonna paste that. I really do like, yes, I do like copy and pasting. Let me know in the comments which tip you're going to try first. You should now have a better understanding of the different principles and how to apply them in your marketing strategy. So let's just take this one. That's it. So that's Jarvis. As you can see, I just had to put in the things that I wanted to talk about and guide it along the way, which is the first one that we spoke about, the blog post outline, where it came up with all of the content that we were going to talk about anyway. So I didn't really have to do much guiding. So it was actually excellent to come up with the different ideas. Of course, I gave it a little bit of that human touch or sound. You know, at the end of the day, people like hearing from people, not robots. Wait, actually cut that out. So as you can see, Jarvis is a powerful tool, especially for people who struggle with creating copy, who have that writer's block, coming up with the information for ads, have to write detailed articles, whether it's a small article or a long article. It could really help with that. So if you are somebody like that who just has a hard time coming up with the content, or just simply don't have the time to come up with it, then there's a free trial in the first link in the description below to check out. But I want to hear from you now. Which one of the templates that you thought was really cool, that's something that you can actually use that would help you? Let me know in the comments below, and if you like content like this, don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.